Capricorn, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, this owner of, Purusha Intuitive, or I'm sorry, let's backtrack. I am Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive. This is my first time going live, so bear with me. This is all new for me, but I super appreciate the love and support always. We're going to look at your energy today, Capricorn, via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. I hope that you're doing well. We are just coming off of a full moon in full moon in Taurus. And you know, it's really been highlighting a lot of the things that we've been going through, a lot of the changes that are happening in our individual lives. It's not the easiest energy. It's a little destabilizing, and especially where we're not seeing a lot of change, a lot of movement around the things that we wish were just like cleaned up, that we didn't have to deal with anymore, etc. So be patient with yourself in the process. This is more about dealing with what is in front of us versus trying to bring in new energy. Yes, I think it's important to kind of like plan, look at the future, look at the horizon, etc. But don't necessarily take your eye off of what is happening in your present time, because things are happening, things that need to be addressed. People, situations that have been a little low vibey or not, have your best interest at heart. We definitely need to be paying attention to those things. And in light of that, we'll start with an energy cleansing. I'll use a little sage to smudge the energy, set the tone, set the intention for the reading. It's also a really good time to set your own intention. If you want specific messages answered from spirit or questions, definitely give those over and be open to receive. I also do personal readings, so if you want me to look at your specific situation, I use tarot, astrology, mediumship in order to do so. So definitely hit me up if you're interested. I love to support. Or if you just need a little grounding, a little balance, I do pranic energy healing and Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're balanced in our mind, body, and soul, it really helps us make decisions that are positive for our life, that actually bring us happiness and fulfillment. So with that, Capricorn, all that info's in the description box below. Definitely hit me up. I would love to support, love to help in whatever way possible. All right, Capricorn, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see, sense, understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama love. Mama love. Amen. We need that love, right? We all need a little more love. Life is a little crazy, and it's been pretty crazy lately. I mean, there's just been a lot. Pluto's moving into Aquarius, and so it's really calling for a reshuffling, highlighting, putting focus on the people, the situations in our life that really just like don't have our best interests at mind, that are kind of hiding behind their manipulation, their bad behavior, etc. And I feel like you've definitely kind of been dealing with some of this in your own life. A person, a situation that you need to bring closure to, you need to be over and done with, but it feels a little bit difficult. I'm not gonna lie, that's how the energy comes through with this wreath. It's like an ending is in sight, but And a lot of times when this happens in life, it's because we're holding on, we're nostalgic, we want to kind of reclaim the past, or, I don't know, change is hard. I mean, it's not an easy thing to go through, right? But it's happening, and it's been happening. This culmination has been coming. It's been coming to head for a while. I don't think this is anything new for you. Yes, I don't think you necessarily want it to be this way, Capricorn, but at the same time, there needs to be a strong, heavy look at the dynamics, the relationships that are in your life, and how they specifically affect you, directly affect you. Even if it's not someone or something that you thought was going to be a certain way, you're seeing the truth, you're seeing the reality, you're getting ready to make these changes as well within your own life, so it does serve you, so it is a little bit better for you in the long run. And I don't know, a lot of this feels really overwhelming. It feels like maybe you just don't want to deal with it, or there's a little bit of, I just wish it would go away. I wish it wouldn't have worked out this way. Maybe you're taking on too much responsibility, or you do have a lot of people looking at you. You have a lot of people waiting to see what your response is going to be. And therefore, you're feeling a lot of pressure around this. Maybe you feel some shame, shame, embarrassment is what I'm hearing. But, I don't know. I mean, at the same time, give yourself love, give yourself grace. There's also this element of someone or something being shady. Exactly what I was talking about in the very beginning of the reading. This person, maybe even if they said to you, hey, you can trust me, I got your back, blah, 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 it really wasn't the full story. There was a lot that was happening behind the scenes for you that, I don't know, I get this energy with you, Capricorn, maybe you just didn't want to address it. Maybe it was really hard to look at, or you had other things that were going on that were distracting you, and now you can't avoid it any longer, 100%, because, again, this cat energy, which is someone being shady, someone being secretive, it's in your overarching energy this week. So this is definitely coming to light. We're also seeing this with that full moon in Taurus. A lot of things are being highlighted, specifically around people, situations who just again, don't have your best interests at heart. And it is humbling. It's also really difficult, right? Because you're seeing people for who and what they are. And it's putting you in a difficult position, because now you really have to think through it. I don't feel like you can just get pissed off and say no thank you, or put this person in their place. I feel like you actually have to be a little bit more strategic about your approach, because you do have a lot of prying eyes on you. So we're getting double confirmation on this wheel on change that's happening. And here's the thing, I think that I feel like you've been seeing this come to fruition. This is something that's kind of been happening for a minute. And, it's not easy. It's not easy because on some level, someone or something is claiming that they are trying to work with you, but it doesn't end up that way. There still is this part of you, or this part of the situation, where it always falls flat. It always kind of goes back to this one place that you're desperately trying to. They're a Capricorn. There's this call for you to kind of approach things with a fresh viewpoint, fresh lens, fresh perspective is what I want to say. I think that I don't know, there's, you feel a little bit hesitant because I think you're distrusting yourself, or maybe you're putting too much emphasis on what other people are going to think about you when you make certain decisions. there's a need to be honest, a need to be honest and authentic about what you're dealing with, about what you're going through. It doesn't mean that you have to air your dirty laundry per se, but Spirit's definitely like saying like to not be afraid of what you think and what you feel, to not be afraid of it, and then also have the courage to shed some light on it. Someone has kind of done a number on you in the way that like you're afraid to say what you think, what you feel. Is it going to be received properly, or are people going to kind of shame you or ostracize you because of it? And in your mind, in your heart, you know like what you have to do, but then at the same time, again, there's connection here. There's something that you've built with someone, and I don't see it as like you completely throwing it all away, but at the same, it feels like someone else already did that. It feels like someone else already did that, and maybe you're giving them a little bit too much benefit of the doubt, you know? You're still kind of thinking through, okay, well, maybe, you know, almost like giving them too much credit, giving them too much validation. Maybe it was because of this, that, and the other, which is fine. You know, we want to think, we want to believe in the best in people right now. But ironically or not, there's a lot of tension with Venus in the astrology. And she loves to, no offense to her, but she loves to turn a blind eye. She loves to like give people too much credit where maybe credit is not due. And that can be a hindrance. It's definitely a hindrance for you right now, where I do feel or sense or pick up someone is taking advantage. And I feel like this is not new information to you. I feel like you've either been sensing it or you're getting these little hints here and there. And Spirit's actually asking you to do something about it now, because it's actually going to help you in the long run. It's going to make you a lot happier. It's going to make not only you, but the people that surround you. We're getting 2 4s, 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. So this need to find a little bit more stability and balance so that life is not so chaotic. I feel like some of the people that are watching you, watching your responses, are needing you to be a little bit more grounded, a little bit more focused, or needing you to be a strong person because they depend on you. I'm feeling like there's a little bit of responsibility on your plate, and maybe in part that's why you don't want to make a rash decision, why you're being a little bit hesitant with how you move. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got 3 4s in a row. So Spirit's definitely calling you to be, again, grounded, stable in your approach, trying not to be, you don't have to solve everything right now. Don't take on too much responsibility, Capricorn. You naturally do that. You're like, in my opinion, you're the strongest sign in the zodiac, and you can take on a lot of responsibility. You're strong, you endure, you overcome, and successfully so. But it doesn't mean that you need to allow people or situations to take advantage of you, right? You're worth more. You have more value. You have more integrity, and you know this. You know this 100%. But at the same time, there's a lot of fear, and I get this, right? This is human nature. We're afraid of what people are going to think or what they're going to judge about us, how they're going to kind of compartmentalize what our choices are. But as this is showing up, it's showing that this is a lot of anxiety. It's like fear of the unknown. You know what's right to do. You know what's for your highest and best. And now it's time to make that decision. It's a decision that is going to bring you a lot more stability. It's going to bring you a lot more benefit. More than, I think you know this, but even more than what you know, right? And it's just letting your fear get in the way. But right now, Spirit's asking you, okay, like, let's try some new things out. Let's connect with some new people, find some new opportunities that make you feel not so much like you have to have it all together or that you have to be doing it right exactly in this moment. you're transitioning out of something, and you're on the horizons of starting new beginnings. You're on the horizon of starting something new, something fresh, bringing closure to what once was. It's not always easy, but at the same time, this is what's bringing you a little bit more stability so that you're not feeling all over the place, all over the map. This has been your energy for some time, and Spirit's saying, like, you don't have to engage in the fear and the anxiety. You are an earth sign, therefore there is stability, there is grounding, focus that you can have. And part of this is just trusting in yourself, trusting in what you see, sense, and feel. I know it's not always easy to end relationships, to end cycles with people with dynamics, especially when we had high hopes for them or for our connection. But at the same time, Spirit's really asking you to wake up, to not be afraid. And when you're not afraid, actually, I think you're going to get a lot more credit than maybe what you even imagine right off the bat, right? Like, this is actually you being validated for your choices, for the hard choices that you are making, because it's aligning you directly with your wish fulfillment, with your abundance, which is like pretty awesome, you know? So thank you so much for your time and energy. Always, Capricorn, I hope you found messages that resonated here with you. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just connect, share, and a little love, little TLC. I super appreciate all the love and support that you bring to the channel. Know that I'm sending that back your way. Boop.